At first, we communicated with gestures. Movements were our language.
Then came the voice, and certain sounds were given meaning.
Smoke signals carried messages between tribes, and drums echoed warnings through valleys.
Stories were painted on cave walls, symbols were carved in stone, and signs pressed into clay.
Words found form in ink, and were spread on foot and horseback across kingdoms.
Then came the printing press, and words began to multiply. Newspapers shared stories with the world, and ideas spread faster than ever before.
Then came the telephone, which gave voice wings. And for the first time, people heard each other across countries and continents.
The radio lifted voices into the sky, and television gave those voices faces.
Satellites stitched the world together in orbit. And then came the internet, transforming the entire planet into one vast, living conversation.
Soon, messages fit in our pockets. We typed, tapped, streamed, and shared, each generation shrinking the distance between us.
And now, for the first time in history, every language can speak to every other instantly.
A teacher in Cairo speaking Arabic.
A creator in Seoul speaking Korean.
A coach in Sao Paulo speaking Portuguese.
And you, wherever you are, whatever language you speak.
All communicating, collaborating, and learning together.
In real time, in every language, simultaneously.
And that evolution continues every Thursday at the Discovery Summit, hosted by The Great Discovery.
The first global online summit where creators, educators, entrepreneurs, and learners gather from around the world to share ideas and explore what's next.
All translated live through Discovery Vox, The Great Discovery's instant voice translation technology. So join us weekly at the Discovery Summit,
where the conversation that took 10,000 years to arrive is just beginning.
Well, thank you all so much for being here today for the Discovery Summit. We have a great lineup of speakers here today. I am the host, Alex Hitt, and I'm co-hosting with Bree Campano. Hey, Bree, how are you doing today?
Great. I'm so excited for today. We've got an amazing lineup of speakers. Grab a notebook, take some notes, get ready. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to do discount codes. There's so much adventure here in the Great Discovery waiting for you.
Excellent, Bree. And we have our first speaker today, Matt DiMaio. I'm really excited to hear from Matt. So, Bree, would you please introduce our first speaker, Matt DiMaio?
Sure. If instant memory power is what you are looking for, then this is the speech to listen to, because Matt is an expert in this. He's got so many books, and he is going to share his excellence and his expertise with us today. Please welcome Matt to the stage.
Well, hey there. I'm going to go to full screen mode and let me know when we're good. Is it full screen?
Not yet.
It is not letting me click on it. Let me go out and I'll come back in. That should do it, yes?
No, sir. No, sir.
Matt,
I'm going to stop your screen share.
Oh, how's that? Oh, I thought I just had it.
I'm going to stop it, restart it, and go into present mode on your slides.
There we go. Okay.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Go ahead. Thank you, Matt.
Well, now I've got to put my mouth on turbo. So first of all, thank you for joining me, everybody. I have something that I'm going to make you some incredible promises. Number one, you're actually going to experience personal breakthrough during this presentation. This is not just going to be me talking. You're actually going to see how to dramatically improve your memory right on the spot. And so, imagine for a moment that you had the ability to remember every name, date, detail, fact, figure. Imagine having no more wasted time. Eliminate any embarrassment that you may have ever had when you meet somebody, can't remember their names. Enjoy unshakable personal self-confidence. For those of you that are professional, be able to get professional certifications without stress. And all that means you not only have more personal satisfaction, you can earn more money. I'm going to show you how to learn whatever you want without struggling. Be able to enjoy increased respect and admiration from others. And never fear getting left behind again. We live in a world of information overload. When you have an incredible memory, you can learn anything and everything faster and easier than you ever dreamed possible. The problem is for most people that they go, yeah, that's great. I realize other people can have a great memory. Maybe you, Matt, maybe Alex and Bree and some of these other stars, but not me. You don't know me. And that is why I want to give you the instruction manual for your brain. In this presentation, right now, you are going to personally experience your own superhuman memory power. Now, let's begin not by talking about memory, but let's talk about what the problem is. I call it the 3 causes of forgettery. What is it that causes you to forget stuff now? You know, you meet somebody, 5 minutes later, you can't remember their names. You put down your keys, your wallet, your eyeglasses, and then you have to do treasure hunt. You park your car, and then you fly into a panic when you come out of the store. You don't remember where. Look, memory power is super important. It's a real life superpower. So let's talk about what's causing your problems right now, and then I'm going to have you do something you think is impossible. So the first cause of forgettery is you don't get it. When you meet somebody for the first time and they introduce themselves, hey, I'd like you to meet my friend, Mr. Blah, blah, blah. And you go, yeah, nice to see you, pal. If you don't get the name, you cannot remember it. If you don't get it, you can't keep it. To forget is to not get. That's the first cause. The second one is that you don't care. You go, but Matt, I care. Well, there's caring, and then there's caring enough to do something about it. So I'm going to give you techniques, strategies, tactics that you can use. But the biggest problem of forgettery is that you don't believe. You know what you don't believe? You don't believe that you have a super powerful memory right now. I hear people say, oh, I can always remember a face, but I can never remember a name. Oh, I'm getting old. Oh, geez, I must be getting the Alzheimer's. Meantime, they're in their 40s. You've got to be careful what you say to yourself. Now, I want to take this idea of belief to the ultimate level. And right now, I'm going to show you how you can accomplish something impossible. Here we go. Really put your brains on turbo. All right, so I'm going to give you the hardest thing that there is to remember is strings, long strings of random numbers. So there's 10 digits, there's 10 more digits, and there's another 10 digits. Folks, that's 30 digits. Suppose I told you that I'm going to be able to get you to memorize that set of numbers forwards and backwards from the middle to the 2 ends, and the total amount of time it's going to take me to teach you to do this is less than 3 minutes. And so I've got a stopwatch here. I'm going to turn my stopwatch on so that we can actually time this. And so I'm going to say ready, set, go, and then I want you to pay close attention. So remember the 3 causes of forgettery. So I want you to make sure you get it. I want you to care, and then I'll do the believing for you. Because at the end, I'm going to quiz you on these numbers. And I've been doing this demonstration since 1980. And you will amaze yourself that you can actually do this. All right, so I'm going to start my stopwatch. Here, start the stopwatch. Isn't that interesting? I'm going to stop my stopwatch. Here we go. All right, so you see we're running. All right, so let me tell you a story. And that story starts with Penny and Buck. So Penny and her husband, Buck, were, and she's 01100, they decided that they were going to take Matt up on his challenge of how to learn this 30-digit number. And they were amazed that they could learn it as easy as 1, 2, 3. So there we've got Penny and Buck, 30-digit number, as easy as 1, 2, 3. Next, they ran out because they got so excited and they told their good buddy, James Bond 007, and his 16-year-old daughter, maybe you didn't know he had one, but James Bond has a 16-year-old daughter, that they could do it too. They didn't believe him, and they bet him $10,000 that they could. So now we've got Penny and Buck, 30-digit number, as easy as 1, 2, 3, bet James Bond and his 16-year-old daughter $10,000 that they could do it. And Penny and Buck won the bet. Not today. They won the bet on Christmas Day. And they got so excited that they were able to get him to do this that they raced down the road at 100 miles an hour and celebrated with raspberry Slurpees at 7-Eleven. So there, now what we've done is we've broken down this number and gave each little piece a chunk so that you can recognize it. So let's review it in a different way. We've got Penny and Buck. And what did they do? They memorized this 30-digit number as fast as what? As fast as 1, 2, 3. As easy as 1, 2, 3. And what did they do? They talked to their buddy James Bond and his 16-year-old daughter that they could remember it and bet them $10,000. They won the bet on Christmas Day, 12/25, raced down the road at 100 miles an hour, and then celebrated at 7-Eleven. Stop. 2 minutes and 1 second, 0.84. 0.84. Thank you, Mr. Spock. Live long and prosper. Okay, so now I'm going to quiz you. That, by the way, is the number that you all just learned. Okay, so play along with me. Where you are, play at home, and now tell me what the numbers are. 0, 1. Okay, so we've got Penny and
100.
Buck, and they did what? They remembered the 30-digit number as fast as 1, 2, 3. And then they got so excited that they ran out and they told their friend who? 007 and his 16-year-old daughter. And you already beat me on this one, the $10,000. Everybody gets that really fast. But they didn't win the bet today. Oh, that's right. They won it on Christmas Day, 12/25. Got so excited that they did what? Raced down the road at 100 miles an hour and celebrated, yes, at 7-Eleven with those raspberry Slurpees. Congratulations, you just did it. Now, that is the number you just memorized in about 2 minutes. Now, a couple of minutes ago, now you may say, but Matt, you can only do it with those numbers. The truth is you can do it with any numbers. You just need to believe in yourself, keep your mind open, and use strategy. And folks, that's what my course, An Incredible Memory, is all about. It's not that you don't have the ability, you don't have the strategy. And that's what I'm providing for you on names, facts, dates. Imagine just how powerful you can feel. These short videos are between 5 and 15 minutes long, short bite-sized chunks, all designed to view on your phone. And so if you go to An Incredible Memory, you too can have an incredible memory. Remember, everything I teach takes just a moment, and it is absolutely worth it. It takes a little bit of time. Always remember that the fastest way to get to the top is to get off your bottom. Thanks for joining me.
Give it up for Matt. Wow, Matt, that's amazing. I did it. I memorized all 30 numbers. That's very impressive, Matt. Thank you so much. Like Matt was saying, his course, Have an Incredible Memory, is in the chat. And there's an incredible promotion that he's offering here just for the people at the summit, 50% off. 50% off. So you can go to the link that I put in the chat. I'll put it in the chat one more time, and we will move on to our next speaker. So Bree, our next speaker who's coming up, remember Matt's product is in the chat, is Jeff. Jeff is our next speaker. So Bree, would you please go ahead and introduce Jeff?
Sure. Dr. Jeff Levine. People may think that ADHD is a deficit, a disadvantage, or a disorder. It's actually a gift, and he's going to give us some tips to utilize this superpower. Please welcome Dr. Jeff to the stage.
Yay. Hey, everybody. Dr. Jeff here. How's everybody doing? No, I can't hear you because you're all muted. So I'm sharing my screen. You probably don't see it, but while I'm finishing setting that up, let me tell you a little about myself. I'm an engineer, a psychologist, a coach, and an author, and the stand-up comic. How do I do all this? Simple. I have ADHD, which I have. Everybody here know what ADHD is? Actually, you can't answer because you're all muted. But you can see my thing okay. Not if you can see my screen okay. Yay. So, the ADHD revolution. I have rebranded ADHD. Up until now, it has been attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I claim it's not a deficit. It's not a disorder. It is accelerated, dynamic, hyperdrive. But and it's just like when you have ADHD, I don't know who here has it. I can't really see the screen that good. But, you know, the struggle for ADHD is real in that stuff. And people say, I say it's a superpower. People go, well, it's not a superpower. Look at all I'm struggling. Like that. Yeah, that's totally real. You look at it, Superman struggled in stuff to fit in because he was different. Superheroes doesn't mean your life goes great and everything is smooth and life is great and grand. No, it's not like that, but you're not broken. It's just like exhaustion. And it's call you flaky, but in reality, you're overwhelmed and undersupported. You want to feel successful. You don't need to be fixed. You don't need normalcy. Normalcy is, pardon my thing. You want to control your control, be in control, be able to deal with the chaos. You want the creativity and you want the confidence. Like a vault that's not going, there it goes. There are people who have ADHD, mental overload. Your brain is just like a browser with 50 tabs open. And it's just constantly going. You're constantly moving between start and stop cycles, different things. And the thing is, the shame involved in that. I've taken a lot of shame. My teachers when I was young, and I've talked to a lot of other people with ADHD, said that. I had a teacher who told me I'd never amount to anything because I wouldn't be able to focus. My parents, they called me, and my family, they called me a shlemiel, which is a Yiddish term for someone who creates chaos in their midst. People didn't understand me. That stuff, it stuck to me, and I had to deal with it. I started to think, what if I'm broken? I took stuff on. What if I fail again? And what if nothing ever works? What I want is clarity and flow. I want freedom. That's if I don't want to be caged, but I do want to know the guardrails. I do want the lines to cover it. I want to have confidence. I don't want that burnout. And most of all, people who get me. I want to be in that community. Hopes and dreams, dreams of not just thriving, not just surviving, finishing what you start, building something that matters, and a lot of times being respected for my achievements and my ideas. Come on. Can anyone guess what's holding me back and what could be holding you back too? I mean, I don't know you. That's why I'm like talking a lot in the first person here, because I haven't spoken to you yet. I don't know exactly what your situation is, if you have a situation even, or if you know somebody with a situation, right? But barriers I face is just I've tried everything to fix this. Time, you know what I mean? I'm so scattered, I don't have time. And I have shame that's keeping me stuck. I don't want to get out there. And there's a thing called the ADHD tax. So money's always tied. The ADHD tax is, hey, I forget to pay a bill. You know what I mean? They tack on a late charge. And sometimes, or worse yet, I get it. This happened to me once. I got a ticket and I forgot about it. And you know what I mean? The thing went to warrant. And I had to deal with all that, all because I forgot something with my ADHD. You know, I can never be certain when I try something if it'll actually work, whether I'll finish it or not, or if it'll engage my brain. I got a big brain to a brain. So the solution I came up with the MBA framework. An MBA I figured was a catchy acronym. No, MBA, but it stands for mindset, behavior, and accountability. You know, I had that mindset from my teachers, my parents, that I was a loser. And the stuff stuck to me. So there's stuff you know what I mean? I had to disconnect from that mindset, that it was not a winning mindset. Once I did that, there were behaviors I had. Like before, you know how difficult it is to get rid of a habit. Just because I shifted my mindset doesn't mean, hey, now I have new habits. Habits are difficult to form. It's difficult to break habits. I mean, it's a multi-million-dollar industry to break habits. You see ads on TV, do all this, all the 12-step programs, whatever. But so it's difficult. So what helps in that is accountability. And accountability, some people think, oh, you're bad. No, accountability can be fun. I do it with games. I do it with jokes. I mentioned I'm a stand-up comedian. I do comedy. If it's not fun, it's not being done right. So you're not broken. You're just built for greatness. And what I do is it's just like my program. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's a 3-month program, and it covers everything. I work with you personally, one-on-one. I I have group sessions weekly, and where I work with you. And there's also online exercise, personal stuff. So, I mean, I have all ends covered in this program. So it's, You know, I mean, it's great. I think it's a great program. I love it. And I promise you and anybody who does this program, if you know somebody, it will change your life. And I mentioned that it's a 3-month program, right? I have a guarantee that in 3 months you don't get it by chance, I will continue working with you until you do. And that's that with it. It's awesome. I am so stoked about this program. I'm starting my next cohort coming up in January, the first week of January. And you're going to want to sign up soon because you know what I mean? There's one-on-one work I want to do with you first before we start. I will talk to any of you anytime. I have, you know what I mean? I have what I call Clarity Kit Start Session. You can sign up for it. You can get anybody. You can call me. You can find me through Great Discovery. And Alex, back over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Jeff. Very, very good presentation. Thank you so much. And yes, his offer is in the chat. If you would like to be a member of his next cohort, you can click on the link in the chat. I'll show it here very briefly, and then we'll move on to our next speaker. Excellent. So remember, if you are looking to make any purchases today, first log into your Great Discovery account. You should have one, and then you can purchase any of the products just by clicking the green button to add it to your cart and then checking out. Thank you so much, Dr. Jeff. Very, very interesting presentation. But we got to move on to our next one, which is Sally Gimon. Sally Gimon. So, Bree, go ahead and introduce Sally.
Yeah. Did you know that as of 2024, pre-foreclosures make up about 5% of all U.S. properties? That's 143 million single-family homes in 2024. 5% is $7,350,000. The pre-foreclosure list is public information, and Sally is going to help us figure out how to make that work for us and how we can get investing. Welcome to the stage, Sally Gimon.
Thank you, Bree. I appreciate that. I personally have dyslexia, and I think a doctor told me I also have ADHD, so this is all coming together for me. In real estate, there's thousands of ways to do different real estate deals. What I'm going to teach you today is a concept called subject to. Again, you don't have to do this, but it's going to be interesting. Whoops, why are you not going down? Go away. There it goes. So a little bit about me. I became a real estate investor in October 2018 when my mom got sick. They lived in Goodyear, Arizona. They drove from Goodyear to Charlotte for a wedding. She got septic of the blood. She got into her pacemaker. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. My dad stayed with her. Her first bill was $72,000 in the hospital. It was all taken care of because my dad was a military officer. But I was doing their mail in their kitchen, and I had a mortgage. I had 2 car loans and 1 car because an idiot ran a stop red light, hit me, and had no insurance. I had student loans because I went to graduate school. I had credit card debt, and I hated my job. I was a Medicare broker, and if you have ADHD, doing the same thing over and over again drives you crazy. I joined a national real estate group, and I ended up moving to North Carolina for some other reasons. A friend of mine here in North Carolina said she didn't have the money to join the national real estate group, and that I couldn't teach her how to do real estate. I'm like, Ingrid, I bet you a pizza that I can teach you how to be a real estate investor for less than $100. And this is what we came up with. Since joining my real estate group in October 2018, I personally wholesaled 28 properties. I currently have 12 performing notes where I'm the paper on the house. People pay me their mortgage. They can't get their own mortgage at a bank. There's something wrong. I have 3 rentals, and I have 5 seller financing houses where someone has moved into the house. They take care of everything. Again, they can't get a loan. They have 2 years to figure things out. Come on, let's go down. Next page. Now, some definitions so that you have them. A foreclosure means they have gotten a final letter from the bank and they have 90 days to move out, or else the sheriff is coming and going to take all their stuff to the curb. We're not dealing with foreclosures. We're dealing with pre-foreclosures. There's something wrong. They missed a payment. Most people right now, if they didn't pay during COVID, they took those 18 months and put it up to the end of their mortgage. So instead of a 30-year mortgage, you have a 32-year mortgage. They're on the list for pre-foreclosures. What we're going to be doing is subject to. We never take over the house. I don't take over the mortgage. I don't take over, I'll pay their electric bill, I'll pay their water bill, but it stays in their name. It's never in my name. And then ARV is after repair value. The reason you need to know these different terms is they're used quite often, and this is why I want you to know this. Now, how to do this for less than $100. You're going to find a friendly real estate agent in your area who knows your area very well. My website, when I did this, I was living in Waxhaw, North Carolina. My website was Waxhaw 28173. A friendly real estate agent gave me just that one zip code pre-foreclosure list. On my list, there were 224 houses. Plenty of houses to work with. My friend Ingrid lived in the same county that I did, but she lived 12 miles away, a different zip code. Her list, the same friendly real estate agent gave her, had 369 houses on there. So there's a lot going on back there. You buy a website domain. I just saw today on Microsoft that you can get a website for $0 at GoDaddy. I just said it was $12 just to give us an idea. You're going to go out to Amazon and buy 6 packets of blue sticky notes. The reason I want you to get blue sticky notes, at least here in North Carolina, no one's house is blue. You're going to put a note next to the garage, not on the garage, next to the garage, and under the doorbell saying, I can help you save your home. And then you would put the website, www.waxhaw28173. If you go out to that website, it's no longer working because I've moved. You can buy my class on the Great Discovery for $49. There is a 20% discount until tomorrow night at midnight. You're going to print the list that their real estate agent gave them. You're going to give that to all the neighbors, the people next to them, the people across the street, the people behind them, because you're purposely going to put the house on the market. I did it $100,000 less than the lowest selling house in the market. You're going to get contact information. So when you get the list from the real estate agent, it's going to have their name and their address. It will not have their phone number, and it will not have their email address. That's why you want this website to capture the information. And then when you have an open house, you're going to buy the food for it. My real estate agent, I asked her to do an open house, and she goes, I can give you 2 hours. We did this the first week of May of 2023, after all the foreclosures during COVID came out. And so if you buy this course, you're going to save an extra $9.90. Now, the course I have is a ChatGPT document. It's 10 options of how to buy time with your house. This is just information for the homeowner. There's not, they're just getting this information. One's a loan modification, one's a forbearance agreement. That's all through the bank. Equity partnering with a homeowner. The only 2 ways I get paid is either a subject to or short sale. Short sales were very popular after the whole housing market of 2018, 2019 happened. I haven't seen them happening just yet. They say they're coming to Florida. I don't want to have, I can't afford the insurance in Florida, so I'm not interested in doing short sales in Florida. Chapter 13, all of this is described to them. When you leave the sticky note next to the garage and under the doorbell, they can decide if they want to go out to the website and get this document. It's going to give them information and how to do things. It's their information for them. I can't believe how many people who are behind in bills get embarrassed. They start burying their head in the sand and they don't know what they're going to do. Now, this house I'm going to talk about, it was a husband and wife. It actually was a house 6 houses down from my brother and sister-in-law in Waxhaw. They knew the family. They did not know the family was, I'm going to call them keeping up with the Joneses. She drove a BMW. He drove a 250 truck. They had 2 kids. They had 2 dogs. The house was lived in. They talked to their own real estate agent and their own real estate agent gave them 19 things to fix. The husband got with his company, they were going to move from the Charlotte area to Houston, and they were going to go up into corporate housing for 3 weeks. They were 18 months behind on their mortgage. It got tacked on to the end of their 30-year mortgage, so it was a 32-year mortgage. The real estate agent told them they had to rehab the kitchen. The house was 23 years old. They had lived there for 13 years. I mean, the kitchen was old, 23 years old. The dogs had peed on the carpet, so they wanted the carpets repaired. They wanted repaint the rooms. They wanted the exterior repainted. Those 5 items or 4 items was going to cost them $123,000, and they had 3 weeks before they moved to Houston. The husband had decided they were just going to go into foreclosure. Now, pre-foreclosure, they were moving out of state. An open house was less than $100,000. I made sure all the neighbors knew about it, invited them to the open house. 18 months behind on their mortgage, $45,000. The homeowners made $50,000. They have a blip on their credit report. It doesn't say a foreclosure. It just says they had a pre-foreclosure. They got $50,000 in Houston. They can use that money for a down payment on a house in Houston. The real estate agent, I used made 3%. The real estate agent who brought the people in, they each made 3%. So $7,140 to both of them, each one. And I personally made $145,000 on this one house. Again, this is working with less than $1,000 a year, $1,000 to get this set up. With the list I got for 224 houses, I got 4 houses out of my deal. My friend Ingrid, who lived 12 miles away, got 3 houses out of her off of her list. Just getting this all started for less than $100. If you have any questions, I'll be in chat. I do have a meeting starting at 12 noon, so I have to apologize. I'm jumping off. Thank you, Alex and Bree, for setting this up. It's been a fantastic presentation.
Thank you. It was a fantastic presentation. And yeah, I've known Sally for a number of years. She's very experienced with this and has helped many people. Her course is in the chat to give you more information. It's super fascinating, Sally. And I know a lot of people are really interested in real estate investing. So that's a great place to start. And like I said, Sally's been doing this for years and years and years, and always cool to hear what you're up to. So awesome job, Sally. Thank you so much. First 3 speakers have done an incredible job. Again, Sally's links in the chat, log in. I will put in a little bit here links to all 3. So if you did want to buy Matt's or Jeff's or Sally's, we'll put the links in again, but excellent information, Sally. Bree, this is going so well. You know, I always say, what's your favorite one? But there can't be a favorite. So just any blips or any things that you thought were really kind of stand out to you so far? I'll say stand out. I mean, Matt's like memorizing the numbers. I thought that was like insane.
I know. I'm still trying to remember the numbers because I'm like penny, dollar, and then yeah, I've got to go through all the stuff. I love this. I love that people are sharing such great information. We got more amazing speakers coming up. In fact, Daniel's going to be up next. So let me take a second here so I can introduce Daniel. If sales is a numbers game and follow-up drives profit up, and databases are supposed to help, the problem is databases need data. And most people hate data entry because, you know, it's challenging. And I don't like it either because it's a waste of my time for most things. This course, though, this is what you need. It covers why organizing your database is the key to success and how to make progress on this important as an aspect of your business. Daniel, please welcome to the stage. I'm so excited to hear how I can get my sheet together.
Thank you, Bree. It's exciting. Here we go. Let me hit present. And here we go, everyone. Wow. I mean, this has been a great morning. And, you know, the interesting thing is there's so many different topics going on here. And I guess I'm going to relate to Matt's because I'm still on the penny buck thing, too.
Sorry, Daniel, before you start, are your slides supposed to be up?
They are. Okay, hold on. No, I'm glad you said something. Thank you. Let me back out here and get into the share button. Bingo, share, present. Back in business?
Give it one. You are all set. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Fantastic. Thanks for letting me know. So I want to start with an important concept here. Follow-up drives profit up. Think about that. Follow-up drives profit up every time. And if you don't believe me, try not following up and see how your business goes and get back to me if you're still in business, right? And I don't mean that facetiously. So while Matt was talking about how you can remember numbers and everything that's going on, the quantity of numbers and of contacts that we're playing with makes that part a little harder than just remembering strings. So this is what I wanted to talk about here today. Okay. Start with a quote of the day. Where are your who? What does that mean? All the contacts, all the people you know, all the people that were interested in your services. And I mean, where are they in a few different ways? Electronically, can you find their contact information? If you have a referral for them, you need to follow up. How easy is it just to know where to talk to them? Then when you know who these are and you've started to prioritize them, intellectually, where are they in your process? Are they a new prospect? That needs one kind of messaging. Are they a past client who needs a reminder to come back for some more? Are they a referral partner who's gotten started but really quite hasn't referred anyone yet, so they're still in that limbo stage? And I'll tell you what, here's the thing. While it's important to know where they're at intellectually in your own system, what's really more important, understanding where they think they are in your process. Where are they emotionally at this? Are they ready to do business with you? Are they still on the fence? Do you know why they're still on the fence or what is holding them up? You know, if they say it's money, it's something else. We just need to figure that out. And the reason this is all important is because, you know, candidly, I think that the biggest challenge out there is that 4 out of 5 lost sales are due to failed follow-up. And we've all experienced that. I know I have. If you haven't, congratulations. But, you know, they may have also bought from someone else. And so that's really why we're talking about this now. Now, here's the topic of the day. One true list for you. One true list. What you need to do with or without my help is collect, combine, and clean up all your contacts from all your contact sources into one current, coherent, consolidated contact list. Like, get it organized so that you can be more structured with it. That'll allow you to qualify who's in what stage and prioritize who needs your attention and who should probably just be on the drip marketing for a while because we need the numbers. And get it into a format that loads into any follow-up system or systems that you are currently or planning on using, like a CRM or an email tool, or just making sure they're updated in your phone so that when they call you, you know who's calling in. Like, this is basic stuff in a way, and yet without it, your follow-up factor falls apart. Why is this important? Like, that's an important thing here. Well, one, this is what I believe is the best next steps for your success. There's a lot of other presenters. There's a lot of other programs. I can tell you that as we start heading into the new year, most people will say, hey, you know what? This year's the year I'm going to get organized, right? Now is the time. More importantly for everyone on our call here, this is about how you can help share the great discovery. If you've got a bigger, better email list to market to, you have more people to share this with, and more likely are they going to come in and do business with you, or take your free course and then buy someone else's paid for course and you still make money. And so again, while it takes a little bit of energy, this is your fastest path to cash. And I will assure you that it is easier to get better at follow-up than sales. It's more profitable, and I can guarantee that and show it to you mathematically when I don't have a crunch on my time window. So that's why we'll set up time to talk, hopefully. How's that for a plug? Okay. I don't need to read this slide because this is what Bree introduced me under as the database dilemma, but this is the real deal. Like, people talk about, I'm going to get this, my database is going to help me, and there's the upsides and then there's the downsides. It's a reality. Nobody got into business to do data entry. I didn't even get into business to do data entry. I did it because I didn't want to do it and I needed to figure out how to delegate it. Here's another pro tip for you. Delegate what you hate. That one will make you a lot of money, especially if you can find someone who's great at what you need to get done. So there you go. Write that one. That's a writer downer, as they say. So in case I'm losing anyone's interest already, and I hope not, but I get it. Let's talk about why is your database so important to you and your business. And I think we need to start with a practical conversation of just what's a database. A lot of people hear that and they kind of think they know what that means, but they don't take it to heart. So it's also known by your list, your contacts, your sphere, your raving fans, or your ability to know who you're at. Or in other cases, it's that bundle of business cards that's sitting there right on your desk looking at you like, wow, I should have done something with that one probably. People are looking around going, uh-oh. Now there's the difference between the data and the base. The data is the actual contact information that goes in there, and the base is about the technology platform, whether it's a Go High Level, the CRM built into the Great Discovery, Salesforce.com, and there's dozens of others that help you manage all your data. Ultimately, if I could prove to you, or you could prove to yourself, that there is an objective and subjective measurement to how valuable is this tool for your business, that's actually when people will finally get motivated to start thinking through this stuff. Until then, it's easily put off. Let's face it, there are a lot of other details we can deal with. And if it's something we don't like or want to get into, we can rationalize that one away. What are we talking about on a specific level? Where do I find my who? Here's the challenge. We've got contacts in a bunch of different places, right? We've got them electronically in our phones and our email system, which could be Gmail, multiple Gmails, or Outlook, social media, and a CRM, plus a folder called Someday Stuff on my hard drive. But like, these are lists of names I want to follow up with. Plus the physical stuff like business cards or handwritten entry forms, right? Or a printed directory that you picked up and you're like, yeah, this would be good. But you can see that most people right now are kind of shutting down mentally, going, oh, I don't want to deal with that. And I get it. And that's why we're here to help you get your sheet together. So what do I suggest in the last couple of minutes here? Number one, determine if this seems like a priority to you or not. It might not be. You may have other things that you need to be working on. But if it is, then let's come up with a plan to help you move forward. Second, collect, combine, and clean up all your contacts. If nothing else, get them organized on your hard drive and put them in one single folder. I can show you how to download everything quickly and get all the cards into one baggie at least, right? So then you can start to think about, how could I actually build this into my workflow and plan? How can I follow up with these people faster? We know more than enough people. We don't need to go meet more people as much as we need to go work with the people who already know us, like us, and trust us and want to keep moving forward. So what do we do to help you in our final minute here? One, I've got two key offers on the Great Discovery available right now for your consumption. First one is called One True List. It is a free program. Alex and I were doing a video talking about what's this all about. Candidly, it's a 2-minute recap or a little bit more of what we're talking about here. If you want to share this with people as a concept, this is a great way to get them introduced to the Great Discovery. And then of course, they'll be affiliated to you. Number two, if you want my help with this, we have a package. It's called Get Your Sheet Together. And this is a roll up your sleeves and do the work. We download your data, you send it to me, and I will make your list and get you into a best next step situation. That's got a fee for it. It's a $500 program, and it includes a coaching call with me, which candidly should be worth everybody's time. There's also a promo code going on for the next 20% off for the next 5 buyers. Love to have you sign up. And I'm Daniel Rubenstein. Let's help you get your sheet together. Quick FAQ. We have a privacy policy. We will take care of all your data. We do corporate programs, partnerships, and I just ran out of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel. Excellent presentation. No, I highly recommend what Daniel does. What he says is so true. So many of us have plenty of leads, plenty of people to sell to, but we're just disorganized. They're all over the place. Helps them consolidate it. Get your sheet together. I love that. So awesome presentation, and really recommend. Tons of positive reviews on his service, and super valuable, especially if you're in the Great Discovery. Very, very valuable. So thank you so much, Daniel. Another great presentation. Bree, we have our next speaker coming up. Very excited for this one. She's out in the UK, so we really appreciate her staying up late. And her name is Valerie. Bree, could we please learn a little bit more about Valerie?
Absolutely. Valerie Jacqueline Ritchie is whoa, I just lost my screen. There we go. Is a midlife empowerment coach, speaker, and founder of Transformation in Action, also known as the Crone Goddess. In this presentation, she's going to introduce her 6-week private coaching experience, Get Your Sexy Back and Beyond, designed to help women in midlife reclaim their confidence, sensuality, and personal power. This is more than mindset work. It's a soul-led journey back to the self where sexy means feeling vibrant, visible, and unapologetically whole. Please welcome Valerie to the stage.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hello from the UK. So, my question to you is, what does sexy mean to you? Think about it. What popped into your head as I said those words, sexy? And then, what I want you to think about 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, did it mean the same thing? And if it didn't mean the same thing, why not? What's changed? Over that period of time, as we get older, what has changed? Now, ordinarily, I work with women and I help them to trust themselves again, to take that next step into their midlife. But one of the things that comes up is they have a downer on themselves. They think they're not worthy. They've got a problem with their age and how they look. And the chaos that builds up in their life, they tend to focus on. So why is that? Why is it that society makes you think that as you get older, you are no longer valuable? That you need to be invisible, that you're basically left on the shelf. Now, back in the day, if you were walking past a building site and you might have got a wolf whistle, nowadays everybody says, no, don't do that. But think about it. Are you still getting the wolf whistles? And have you noticed that you might not be getting the wolf whistles? And how does it make you feel? But then, why shouldn't you? But taking that aside, we're talking about the word sexy. And what I mean by that is keep the Y on. Forget about just sex, add the Y. What does it really mean to you as a person? So, this is me. I have many titles. I've been there, done that. Still wearing the t-shirt as well. But the one thing, if you look at that list of titles, is the last bit where I highlight me. And that is who I am and who I am now. And like many women, I've worn different masks to fit in different roles. I was a lecturer at one point, and when people asked me what I did, it was, yes, I'm a lecturer. But when you take the mask off, who are you? And this is about reclaiming who you are for yourself. We have so many masks that we wear. So when I talk about sexy, sexy is more than just a physical appearance. It's about confidence. It's about your energy. It's about your joy, even your quiet strength. So I'll ask you again, who are you? We have moments and times in life where we do feel confident, when we own in our space, when we feel aligned. But what we've got to do, understand, is confidence comes from within, by owning our own story, by not letting anyone else define it for us. So what I do in my Get Your Sexy Back and Beyond program is we work through different stages. Week 1 is about reclaiming your identity, stripping away those layers, the many roles that you've played, mother, partner, carer, professional, those ones that we start forgetting who we are underneath. And this is about finding who you are now in the present moment. Week 2, we all have an inner critic, but what we need to do is start listening to the inner coach, reducing the self-doubt, recognizing those voices that talk to us, that put us down, but also recognize the voice that lifts us. It's more than positive thinking. This is about emotional maturity. Week 3 is about sensuality. It isn't about seduction, it's about sensation, how you feel about yourself. Ask yourself, when was the last time you allowed yourself to experience joy, pleasure, or desire without feeling shame or guilt? This is about reconnecting to you. We do a lot of movement. We do things closing your eyes, playing music, dancing. Week 4, self-care, self-love. We talk about self-care often enough, but this is more than just your bubble bath or your mask you're putting on. This is about how you treat yourself emotionally, physically, energetically. Together we design rituals that you can actually do daily to support who you are. It's getting that idea back in your head about what you want to do for yourself. Then we have week 5. This is about your roles, your rules, your relationships, your routine, setting your own boundaries, saying no without any extra speaking, and just putting that as a full sentence. So it's not about pushing away people. It's about actually setting who you are and your role. And then we have week 6. Where we tie it all together, about stepping into your power, coming up with some sort of action plan where at the end of the day, you actually describe what sexy means to you. This is about putting your habits in, emotional support, anchors that you can put together. This is all in a 6-week program where you will have one-to-one coaching, where you'll have rituals, meditations, all the tools that can confidently take you from being unconfident, losing your self-worth, to reclaiming your power, to stepping into your power, to being who you are as who you defined as what sexy is. And what you'll walk away with is being able to say, this is me, and this is me now, where you celebrate who you are and who you go from here. So it's a 6-week program, one-to-one. And if you'd like to join me and being able to get your sexy back, just let me know. And if you want to have a chat first, I'll drop a link in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Valerie. Incredible present. I always love it. And Valerie, you have like the best voice. You got to do voiceover. You're just like, I'm like, she's got to narrate my show. Okay. Amazing. Thank you, Valerie. Excellent, excellent information. Her 6-week program is in the chat. It's right here. So just go to the link in the chat. She's offering only one discount. So she's looking for one special person to take advantage of the discount in the chat. 6-week program working one-on-one. Get your sexy back and beyond. Thank you so much, Valerie. That's incredible. Well, thank you. This has been such an incredible summit. We are going to tell you a little bit more about the summit and a little bit more about the Great Discovery now. So I'm going to play a really quick video, another one of our incredible videos. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Discovery Summit, how it works, and what makes this a little bit makes this unique and different than any other summit you've ever been at. But before we do that, let me go ahead and play this video.
Every era begins with a question, and that question changes everything. Once we asked, what lies beyond the horizon? And someone dared to find out. We dove beneath the surface and found entire worlds waiting to be understood. We painted what we felt and learned to see through new eyes. We built machines to go faster, think deeper, and dream louder. And through teaching, we discovered that knowledge multiplies when it's shared. Today, discovery no longer belongs to the few. It belongs to everyone. And with the Great Discovery, learning has no limits. The Great Discovery is a global learning universe that makes all knowledge accessible and turns your curiosity into real-world opportunity. So when learning has no limits, the only question now is, what will you learn? Join the Great Discovery and discover your greatness today.
Love that video. And thank you all so much for being here today. So you're seeing really the Great Discovery in action here with this Great Discovery Summit, or the Discovery Summit as we call it. Now, what is the Discovery Summit? For anybody who's new or experiencing for the first time, you're hearing from a bunch of different speakers, coaches, authors, creators. The Discovery Summit is a weekly online event where TGD creators present their courses, their products, and share insights about their work and offer exclusive deals, discounts, and at the end of this, we're actually going to be giving away over $100 in TGD gift cards. So great opportunity to get some exclusive deals, discounts, and gift cards. It's every Thursday, so if you're loving some of the presentations and you'd love to hear from more creators and presenters, well, come every single Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can hear from 10 unique creators every single week. There's 3 different ways that you can participate in the summit. You can participate as a guest, as an affiliate, or as a speaker. And we're looking for more affiliates and more speakers. So if you have a business, if you have a product, a mission, a message, a book, something to get out there to the world, we would actually love to have you as a speaker at our next available summit. And I personally think that, you're hearing it today. This is, one of the best summits out there. But I think it's really the best summit if you are a speaker, a coach, an author, a creator, and you really want to monetize your brand in a major way. And I'll explain a little bit more about that. Now, you've probably been to other summits before, and other summits, they're boring. This one's definitely not boring. They're overloaded. They're way too long. They're scattered. They're unprofitable. They cost too much, and they only create short-term income. That's most other summits. And I personally would never invite to a normal summit. And here's why. At most summits, here's how they work. There's a summit organizer, and that summit organizer finds speakers, and then the summit organizer asks the speakers, hey, would you invite your people to the summit? And you think, sure, why not? If all the other speakers invite their people, then we'll have a lot of people there and we'll all make money. But here's what really happens. You take your list, your contacts, your customers, your friends, your family, you post it on Facebook, on LinkedIn, you email it out to your email list, and your people attend. And then what happens is they may buy from another speaker at the summit. They may buy from Valerie. They may buy from Matt or Daniel or Sally or Jeff. And you know what you'll receive back? Nothing. So you just took your list, your customers, your clients, the thing that's probably the most valuable thing that you have in your business, your list, and you gave it away to other people, and you received nothing for it. In most summits, you actually have to pay to be a speaker. So in most other summits, they're stealing your customers from you, and you're paying them to do it. And this is why I would never invite to a normal summit, because it's not worth it. It's not a wise business decision. So we set out to create a totally different type of summit. One that's fair, one that's profitable, one that rewards people when they invite people to it. And so here's one key about our summit that makes it totally different, and I think is one of the best aspects of our summit, is that you get lifetime customers. You never lose your audience. You never lose your people. Here's how our summits work. At the Discovery Summit, we'll invite you to be a speaker. And if you invite people, and they buy from anybody, from Valerie, from Matt, from Daniel, from Sally, from Jeff, from any of our other speakers today, you're going to receive a lifetime commission. Everything that they buy on the Great Discovery platform, you're going to get commissioned, okay? You're going to earn a lifetime customer commission on every single person you invite. And not just at this one summit, but we have summits every week. And so you can actually earn long-term passive income potentially simply by just inviting somebody to the summit. So with our summits, you invite once, but you earn forever. You get lifetime customers. And so right now, or so right here, our summits are different than all the other summits. No other summit is providing anything like this, but we do one thing even better. We do one additional thing to really reward you for inviting and for bringing people. You're not only going to get paid on the people that you personally invite, your direct referrals, but you'll also get paid on all the indirect referrals, all the indirect relationships that may come through that introduction. So here's an example. Here's me, Alex. I'm an affiliate, and I invite Rachel. She's an affiliate. I then invite another person named Gabby, and she's a creator or a speaker. Let's say I do no more inviting. Well, if those two people go out there and Gabby invites Evan and Rachel invites Frank and Tim and Philip and Gabby invites Joe and those people invite people and those people invite people, well, I'm going to get paid infinitely and into forever, not just on the people that I've directly referred, but on all the networks of networks that those relationships set into motion, on all the direct and indirect, right? So if you have a direct or indirect effect at introducing lots of guests, affiliates, or speakers to the Discovery Summit, well, you're going to be fairly compensated. Unlike every summit out there, it really maybe pays you a simple affiliate commission or no commission at all, right? So this is what makes our summits totally different, is that you get paid on the direct commissions and the indirect effects, okay? Creating immediate income through the direct commissions, but also long-term income through that network of networks that you get paid on. Now, you're thinking, Alex, that's pretty complex. I get paid on, all of these relationships globally, and how is this all tracked? How is this all managed? How is this all paid out? It's all done through the Great Discovery platform. So here's how it works. You can become a speaker or a creator and be a part of our next summit. Well, what you'll do is you'll take your product, the product you're selling right now, your coaching program, course, seminar, workshop, training, and you're going to put that product into our Great Discovery marketplace. Okay? Then we're going to help you present that product at the Discovery Summit. The Discovery Summit is promoted by affiliates. It's promoted by other speakers. We have lots of people driving traffic to the Discovery Summit. And then if anybody buys anything at the summit, well, the Great Discovery is going to pay everybody out fairly. They're going to pay the creator out their royalty, the affiliates their commissions. They're going to pay all the bonuses, all the rev share. The Great Discovery handles all the payments, all the tracking, all the affiliate linking for us. And this is because the Great Discovery has essentially created a summit ecosystem where we can put everything that we need to run, operate, sell, manage, host our products, sell our products. It's all done through the Great Discovery platform. This is our summit ecosystem. So when you join the Great Discovery, you get all of this, right? And this is the thing that makes this whole summit possible. So many benefits, but I'm running out of my time here, so I gotta keep it moving. Here are the 3 different ways that you can participate, okay? The first way is as a guest. Okay, so you've signed up here today, you're a guest, you attended, you do so through the registration page. Okay, now if you want to be an affiliate, invite once, earn forever, well, here's how you're going to do it. You're going to sign up to become an affiliate, and once you do, you're going to get a special username. And you're going to take that same registration link and you're going to attach your username at the end. So at the end of the link, you'll see it says !affiliate equals Alex. Well, you'll have your own username. It might be Valerie, it might be Matt, it might be Daniel, right? Whatever you'd like to make your username, you then take that and you share that with other people. And if they register, well, you're going to get paid, not just on that relationship, but on the indirect relationships too. And here's maybe one of the best parts. You only have to invite people once to the summit. Once they register once, they're tied to you for life and they'll be invited to every previous summit or every future summit. They'll be invited to every future summit. Okay, so that's what's really great about being an affiliate. You get somebody to sign up for the summit once, they're your lifetime customer, they ever attend our future summits and buy, well, you're going to make that lifetime residual. Okay. Becoming a speaker. Like I said, we're looking for more speakers. If you'd like to be a speaker, here's how simple it is. You're going to become a creator on the Great Discovery. Becoming a creator is really, really simple. And we're actually running a promotion right now, which I'll show you here in a second. You can become a creator for $399. $399 one time. Then the only fee you'll have to pay after that is $30 a year thereafter. So $399 once. Then after 1 year, you'll pay $30 a year. That's it. No other fee. Then you're going to get your product up on the Great Discovery platform, your paid product. Okay? You get your paid product on TGD. Then you'll create a 10-minute presentation, just like all of our incredible presentations here today. You'll get that presentation up. And once you do that, you'll then qualify to become a speaker. And we would love to have you as a speaker at our next available summit. So that is how to do it. The Discovery Summit is every Thursday. Let me go to the Great Discovery platform and just show you how simple it is to sign up as a creator. So you'll you'll log into your Great Discovery account. Everybody here should have a Great Discovery account, and you'll click Join Now in the top right-hand corner. Join Now. Okay, you'll click Join Now. Then that will give you 3 options, and you're going to choose the center option as a creator. Now, when you sign up as a creator, you also become an affiliate as well. So if you'd like to be an affiliate and a creator, hey, sign up as a creator. You'll choose this first option here, and you'll click Purchase Now. You're then going to enter in our special promo code, Black Friday. Black Friday. That's then going to drop the price by 45% to $398.85. We'll call it $399. Do that, and then we will help onboard you. We'll help get you set up on the Great Discovery. And like I said, we'd love to have you as a speaker at our next summit. So thank you, everybody. Remember, go to thegreatdiscovery.com. And if you have any questions, reach out to the person who invited you. We'll have time for questions at the end of the summit here today, too. But I do want to move on to our next speaker, who I'm really excited about, Bree. Bree, who do we have next?
We have Jenny Rice coming to the stage. So Jenny, I'll get you all set up and ready to rock and roll if you want to share your slides while I do your introduction. So Jenny is a course design expert with over 25 years of experience working with Fortune 500 companies, as well as coaches and solopreneurs around the globe. She's the creator of the paddle method, which is a proven framework for designing courses that drive engagement, transformation, and real results. Please help me welcome Jenny Rice.
Thank you, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Sound
awesome.
good.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I love the summit. I love what Bree and Alex and the team are doing. So I'm here to talk to you about the paddle method and how you can design courses that draw really an impact. A little bit more about my background. I've been doing this for over 25 years. I love what I do. I love being creative. I love helping people create online programs. I work with Fortune 500 companies. Primarily now I work with solopreneurs and coaches to really help them create amazing online programs. And you might think, why is this important? It is really important because I believe people are buying transformation and not information. So it's not just about getting your content up there, it's making sure it's transformational, right? Would you want to take a course, let's say, in eating well, if you didn't change your habits, right? It's important what you do with the information. So this is why experience-based is really key. How do I apply the training that I've learned? And you need to follow a successful and proven approach to create your course. Otherwise, I find people, they tend to put something there and there. It's kind of like, would you write a book without an outline? No, you need that first, right? So doing all these things, making sure your course is a success. And that's why I want to talk about the paddle model. I want to tell you a funny story about Hell Island and Heaven Island. So Hell Island is where your clients are now. They're in hell. They've got problems. They've got difficulties. And so what happens is they say, let's say you're a hypnotherapist with insomnia. They're not sleeping at night. They're waking up not refreshed. They're fighting with their spouse. They're anxious about going to bed, et cetera, et cetera. They're not sleeping well. Heaven Island is where they want to be, right? Which is where they're feeling better, they're sleeping better, they have a good plan of action, they know they can go to sleep and wake up feeling more refreshed. So the key thing is here is how will they get to Heaven Island? And it's you, it's the hypnotherapist or you as your content. But whether you're a boat, an airplane, a submarine, or a canoe, people are not buying the boat. They're buying the transformation they're going to get when they get to Heaven Island. So it's really important to be clear on to know, what does Heaven Island look like? You know, it sort of is at the end of the course, you will be able to do what? Do, feel, have, overcome, or achieve. Really important you have clarity on what Heaven Island looks like. So I want to go over my paddle model because it really takes you through making sure that you're doing a transformational course and people will actually get to Heaven Island, which is really important. So P starts with plan, which is your typical, your project plan, target dates, what's your marketing strategy, how do you want to do it, how quickly do you want to launch it, all those kinds of things you typically do in a plan. Analysis, a lot of people want to skip this step, and 100% of my clients that I work with, they come back, they say, Jenny, I'm so glad you made me do the analysis, because you're analyzing your avatar. What are their pain points? You're defining what Hell Island and Heaven Island looks like. So we take a step back and look at the bigger picture before you put pen to paper and actually design things. Then we go into learning outcomes. Really, what are they going to get the transformation in there? And we create a design outline. So we have a clear roadmap of what your course looks like. It's kind of like the chapter outline in a book. We do the same for your course. I want to explain a really interesting concept. I could talk for days about this, but I'll be really quick with it. It's called WIFM, or What's in It for Me. And it's really an amazing thing because it's proven part that people, when they know why they're there, what's in it for me, how I'm going to benefit, they learn so much more. They retain information so much more. And because it really motivates us and really helps us learn. And how does it work, you might ask? Well, there's a few WIFM statements to show you, and then I'm going to show you the part of the brain that it actually works in. So for a fitness course, you would say WIFM would be, this course will help you feel good about yourself and have more energy. You're not going to say, we're going to exercise 3 times a day, 3 days a week, whatever. You're going to say, what is the outcome? What is the impact? I'd want to take that course if I have more energy, right? Or a meditation course. It's not going to be 5 meditations a week. It's going to be, this course will help you feel more relaxed, experience less stress in your body, and sleep better. So really important, we're looking at the outcomes, not really the boat. Relationship, they'll help you build trust in your relationship so you can have more fun together. I like to have more fun together with my partner. So this is something you'd want to take more. Is that helping people feel clear what the WIFM looks like? Yep, great. So where it comes from is called the reticular activating system, the RAS part of the brain. It's at, you can see the picture there. It's a bundle of brain nerves at the brain stem. And what it does, it filters out information. So it takes what you want to focus in on and it brings that information for you. And it rules out all the other things that are important to you. So it sifts through all the data there that are coming into your perception. If you think about it, all the stimulus that you're getting during the day, it's going to just say what's important to you and bring in that information. So I want you guys to do a fun experiment. Do it after the summit. Next time you're driving, walking in public transportation, think of the color red. Just close your eyes. Don't do it if you're driving, but think of red, 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 red. And then just casually look around and you're going to notice that your eyes are drawn to the color red, just naturally, because you've told the reticular activating system in your brain that red is important to you. Have you ever noticed when you buy a new car, you all of a sudden see that car everywhere in the street, right? I see you nodding, Matt. It's because you've just bought that. It's important to you. Or you bought a washing machine and now you see all the publications for the washing machines. That's your reticular activating system in action. We want to leverage that when we put together our training programs. When we develop the second D and part of the paddle, you want to create engagement activities. How do we keep people engaged, enjoying the training? You know, we want to make sure we do the slides or handouts, and eventually you record your course. And we want to use visual content, right? People transmitted information is 90% is visual. And if we look at how we process visual information, it's 60,000 times faster than text. Not 10, not 100, 60,000 times faster. So you want to have visual content. You've seen a lot of my slides, a lot of visual content, right? So would you rather look at a word, beautiful flowers, or a picture of beautiful flowers, right? This is where they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it's true because your brain absorbs information much quicker than it does text. I'm going to show you a couple little examples here. If you look at this image here, what do you notice? You automatically go to the different shape, right? Here you notice, oh, the size is different there. Your eyes are drawn to that difference. Color, that red pops to you, right? And here, orientation. So it shows you that your brain is really focusing on that. You ever driven by something and all of a sudden you see one of those flying air things, the guy at the front of the car wash or something? That's because this movement, your eyes notice that and you pay attention. That's why they put balloons on real estate, things like that, because it moves and attracts your eyes. Skills versus knowledge. This is really simple, but a lot of people don't realize that. Something you need to be able to do versus knowledge, that something I need to understand or know about. Would you want a surgeon operate on you that says, hey, I read all the books, I watched all the videos, I've been watching a surgeon, the best surgeon in the world for 3 years, I'm going to try it on you. Would you want a surgeon to operate on you? I don't think so, right? So if they need skills, you need to get them to practice in your course. They need to apply it in your course. So again, they're going to reach Heaven Island and come out with applying the skills that they've learned. Then you're going to launch your course on the Great Discovery. We love the platform where you're going to launch your course. You're going to create a promo video and you want to translate in other languages, which the Great Discovery does so well. Evaluate is the last letter in paddle. And evaluate is important. A lot of people don't do this. I try to do it every year and a half, where I go back, any updates, any new things and things like that, where you make sure your course is operating well, you evaluate your content. And that is the paddle model. This is what I want you to do. If you follow this, your course is going to be transformational versus informational. Really important to think about this. And so my mission here is to really help coaches and solopreneurs. I want them to make an impact on the world. I want them to create courses to help healing, be their best person, self-improvement, knowledge, business, whatever it is. That's my mission here. And with the paddle model, it really helps you do it effectively. It's an amazing approach I've been using for 25 years, and it really does work. And it really ensures your course is transformational, thereby successful. Otherwise, people are just buying information and it's not successful. This is my course I have. 6 modules in here going through much deeper my content of what planning analysis DDLE is. It goes much deeper. And I'm offering you 75% discount for people for today up until end of day tomorrow. If you want to take that, it's 75% off. I think you guys are gonna put it in the chat here, right? So to do that, I don't know how I'm doing on time here, Alex, where I'm at with time.
We're coming up right at time. Yeah, Jenny, perfect. Thank you so much. We're getting the link in the chat for everybody right now. So thank you so much. Perfect.
Yeah, I love doing this. I love helping people, really passionate about helping people. And I look at my role as I'm only successful when my course creators are successful. So if you're looking to develop a course, please reach out, take my course. We'd love to chat with you more. I'm going to put in the chat here now a couple of ways you can reach me. So we've got that, my email, my LinkedIn, and things like that if you want to book a call.
Perfect. Thank you, Jenny.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 2 people bought it last week and they're already saying, Alex, it's just so good. So really excellent information. Jenny always has just like some of the best slides and is so good at design. And I think it's because of the paddle method. So thank you, Jenny. That is excellent. We are coming up here towards the end of our time. I really want to thank everybody for being here at the Discovery Summit today. Bree has the link in the chat here for the paddle method. So thank you so much. And we're going to be moving on to our next speaker here, which is going to be Valerie. I'm sorry, Beverly. We already went to Valerie. Beverly is going to be our next speaker. So Bree, can we please introduce our next speaker, Beverly?
Let me unmute myself and get myself ready here. Absolutely. So Beverly is a holistic practitioner of 45 plus years. You're not that old. Working with frequencies that align body, mind, and spirit. Beverly is an alchemist at heart, traveled the US and Canada teaching the same ancient knowledge and healing techniques. Alchemical anatomy meets clinical metaphysics, makes the spiritual journey an unforgettable experience that is simple to apply, effective in the moment, and life-changing transformation begins happening daily. Awaken your inner alchemist and enjoy life on a higher vibration. Please welcome Beverly.
Thank you so much, Bree. Wow, what an amazing day so far today. I love these summits. I learned so much. Great people, and it's an honor to be here. So today is all about the alchemical anatomy and where it meets clinical metaphysics. And it's a 4-part series for your spiritual journey. Being spiritual is awakening. It's putting consciousness in motion. And it's the spirit moves first where matter follows. So today we're going to talk about fulfilling your purpose in life and knowing your true identity. This happens when you understand and weave together these 4-part series of information that makes it easy, simple, and highly effective for life-changing transformations to happen on a daily basis. And that's where it matters most. As a physical being living in a spiritual lifestyle, you bridge the flow of every thought, word, and action in direct communication with the divine intelligence. Ever wonder why? I got to move these pictures out of the way. There. Ever wonder why nothing ever changes in your life? Same thoughts, same loop, same results? Yeah, we all go through that, don't we? And this is a result of outdated data on autopilot. It's your comfort zone. your personality traits, and false truths. So it's time to break that cycle. It's time to awaken your mind's divine operating system. Well, how do we do that? We look at what the brain wave frequencies are all about. So there's 4 here. Well, there's actually 5. And what are they? What do they mean? These are the elements that you use daily. However, they're all scattered and out of alignment, and this workshop is going to put them together in perspective and full alignment. So when you look at beta, that's your present existence, like where we all are here today. Alpha is your daydreaming state, it's your imagination, and it's your creative brain. Theta is where you go into meditation and real deep thought. Delta is known as that deep sleep state. And then gamma is where instant manifestation happens and all time and space seems to just disappear. Navigating the brainwave frequencies consciously activates them through intuition, inspiration, and flow, which then does what? It opens up the doorway where transformation happens instantaneous. This holiday, you have the opportunity to give yourself and those you love the greatest gift imaginable. Eliminate doubt, fear, and insecurity. Walk out of this workshop aligned with freedom, transformation, and fully in charge. So let's take a look at what this limbic brain is. Now, this is actually the physical movements and the physical existence in your brain. That reptilian brain is the science, and it's a physical part that governs your actions and your thoughts and your outcomes. It's your fight-flight mechanism down there in that reptilian. Do you ever think about why you don't take an action? Why you procrastinate? It's that reptilian brain that says, oh my gosh, do I, don't I? And this usually is nothing that it's everything that we respond to when we're an infant up to about age 2. And then we move into the mammalian brain, which deals with all of our emotions. Now, fear is something that is taught. Do you ever notice that an infant isn't afraid of anything? Kids just aren't. Fear is taught. And we use and function out of this mammalian brain all the way up to approximately the age of reasoning, somewhere around 4, 5, or 6. The frontal cortex is where all the information and all the data that you do throughout your life is stored. And that's where you begin to tap into your database. And the corpus callosum is that right brain and left brain communication. And when all 4 of these are aligned, it's called the whole brain. And that's where you want to get. The next thing we're going to move in, and this is my favorite part, are the 6 levels of consciousness. Yep, 6 levels. We're going to talk about 3 today. Consciousness is your beta level, where you are. We're all in consciousness, paying attention of what's going on. The subconscious is buried in that frontal cortex and also in the reptilian brain, and it runs on autopilot. It's where all the data is that we draw on, causing us to do the same things over and over and over and getting the same results all the time. How do you fix that? How do you get over it? How do you make a difference? And that's what this class is all about. And then we look at the super or higher consciousness, which is the connection with the divine intelligence. And this happens in your theta and gamma states. And the other 3 we're going to go into during the workshop. So your inner alchemist is that creative soul that lives within you. Your direct line of communication with the divine intelligence of all that is. When you live metaphysically, you stop chasing light and you start becoming it. Let's take a look at the Akashic records. I know this is starting to come out more and more. People are hearing about it. What the heck really is it? Well, the Akashic records is all the information ever created by anyone's thought, processes, everything that ever was, and it's all frequency. And that's the key here, is all about frequency. We are a frequency, slowed down to have the skin bag we walk around in. But our soul is still that essence that squeezes down in here and makes decisions and choices for us. So how do we tap into this? It's learning how to get this in balance. So everything I just spoke about in this class, we are going to bring that all together so that you can tap into this Akashic record where you're going to learn about the soul's journey, eliminate karma, even change your contracts, gain insight in your true purpose, and a whole lot more. When you learn its language, you gain access to the Akashic record. It's the library of your soul where your next evolution is already written. So alchemical anatomy is the pathway out of survival into creation, intuition, and peace. This is the science of transformation. And clinical metaphysics gives you the system to do it quickly, precisely, and permanently. Here's your invitation to rise into the next evolution of consciousness. So give the gift that keeps on giving. Join me at the workshop and begin 2026 in full alignment with all these aspects of who you are. Alchemical anatomy meets you. Clinical metaphysics meets you. So it's all about what are you going to do? Where do you go next? So what I have for you today is a Black Friday special that's going to blow your mind. Well, maybe if it's going to go there, why doesn't it want to go there? There we go. Maybe. Come on. Hello. Not sure why it's not moving. And I don't know. I think I'm frozen. Okay, I'm back. Yay! I think. All right, let's go back here and see if we can get this last slide. Okay.
That's okay, Beverly. I think we got it.
Yeah. Well, we have 75% off. And this is what I offered, and I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it's technology, right?
Right.
And I just want to leave the audience here with one other thing. I'm going to unshare my screen. You did it for me, maybe? Yes.
I did.
Thank you. So it's where are you going to go here today? Are you going to take action and invest in yourself? Or are you going to find an excuse to stay in that comfort zone where we decide, do we want to make choices or not make choices, right? So that's kind of what it's all about. So the link is in your hand.
There we go. Well, thank you, Beverly. We got your link in the chat. She lagged out at the perfect time. So perfect crescendo to there. Thank you so much. We're going to be moving on to our next speaker, who is Bree. But before we go to Bree, I want to play another video here about the Great Discovery. We have so many incredible videos. And one of the amazing things, we talked about being an affiliate of the Discovery Summit and how valuable that is. But one of the great things about being an affiliate of the Great Discovery is all the incredible marketing resources that you get access to. So all the videos that we play here today, you get access to them, and you can use these videos to go out there and market the Discovery Summit and all the different products on the Great Discovery. So I'm going to play another video that we have here. It's one of my favorites. And then we're going to jump into our next speaker. Let's go ahead and watch this one.
Your kid's got ideas. Flying fire-breathing dragons, castles made of candy, pirates sailing in the clouds, and even talking tacos that ride motorcycles. But too often, those ideas stay stuck in their head or get lost in the distractions of unsafe online tools. That's why we created the Great Discovery for Kids, a safe online learning platform where children can explore their interests, learn from teachers around the world, and access thousands of kid-friendly lessons, books, and videos on nearly every subject imaginable. On the Great Discovery, children can solve math problems, explore science concepts, practice reading and grammar, learn about world history, discover new languages, and follow their imagination in any direction in a safe, kid-friendly way. If you're curious but cautious, start smart. Download our free Intro to Homeschooling course and see exactly how safe online learning can be.
That's a great ad. We love that. So many incredible resources that you get access to as an affiliate to go out there and promote the Great Discovery. That is just one of the many. Our next speaker is going to be Bree Campano. Bree's getting set up over there. Thank you. Melissa says, great video. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so many more videos like that too. We constantly come out with new ones. So Bree is going to be telling us a little bit more about her podcast audit. Is that right, Bree? Excellent. And if you guys don't know Bree, she's a superstar. She's a podcast superstar. She's an incredible trainer. She's been training people on how to be successful on social media and how to be a successful podcaster for going on 4 years now. She's a successful podcaster herself. We actually just got off of a podcast directly before this. So she's a speaker on many podcasts. She's helped people set up podcasts, and she has an incredible podcast audit, which she's going to tell you about in this presentation. And stay tuned for everybody who stayed till the end. We have a special giveaway, which we're going to do directly after Bree is done. So Bree, yeah, Holly says Bree is a powerhouse, definitely powerhouse podcaster. And Bree, you are our next presenter. So Bree, please go ahead.
Thanks, everybody. Okay, well, if you have a podcast or you know somebody who does and they keep complaining, I can't get things done. I'm just like, no one's listening. I don't know how to grow it. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing wrong? A lot of times when you're in the middle of your podcast, you don't know what's happening to the podcast and why it's not growing the way you want it to grow. Well, it could be time for you to have a podcast audit. It's one of the things I love to do where I can go in and I can look at everything that you are doing in your podcast and how we can help change it. What can we do? How can we make you sound better? What can we do to help with your lighting or your style or what you're talking about? How can we change the pillars of what your podcast is based on? So this is the things that we deep dive into doing. It's really important to have an outside person look to see what is it that you are doing. How am I setting this up? Maybe you can't find guests or you're just not bringing in the right guests. Well, how do you do that? So I will look through everything. We'll have a long discussion. So it all starts with that very first conversation where I ask you a bunch of questions and we go through all the data that you currently have on your podcast. What are your numbers? How often are you putting your podcast out? How long is your podcast? I'll get links to listen to your podcast so I can analyze it that way. Is your sound okay? So one of the things that I learned early on is that sound is pretty much everything, right? Many people don't watch a video podcast. They will listen to a podcast on, iTunes or on Spotify. And so your sound is all they hear. And if your sound is off, well, then people aren't going to stick around and listen, no matter how good your content is. And this is exactly what happened to me when I first started podcasting. So my very first episode, I was so excited. I put it out. I got a place where I was recording and I thought, oh, this is fantastic. I listened to it back. Everything was great. It sounded great. I had one of my best friends come on and we talked all about tattoos. Imagine that on my first episode. And then I was like, time to share it with the world. So I downloaded it and I put it out on Spotify. I put it on iTunes and then I listened to it and it just didn't have good sound. And I didn't know what was wrong. And I kept recording and thinking, maybe I need a new microphone. Maybe I need to do this or that. I kept trying everything, but the sound was just off. So I actually ended up going to a sound producer who is one of the top in the country. He works with people like Morgan Freeman and Katy Perry. So this guy knows what he's doing. And he actually discovered that my sound was being clipped by the place that I was recording it in. So that when it was native to that platform, the sound was great. But as soon as I downloaded it, the sound was off and he could see it in the sound waves. And so I would never have known had I not asked for help to understand what was wrong with my podcast. And so that's why it's so important to have somebody take a look and give you that, someone that knows a thing or two about podcasts that can give you the guidance and make suggestions so that you can make a quick course correction and get in go the right way, right? So I literally put these slides together in 60 seconds, so you have to bear with me. That's why they're so small. I'm just working with what I got. So if you're going to be on air, are you going to be doing it live? How do you want to be doing this podcast? Is it not connecting? Are you not getting listeners? Well, maybe it's how you're promoting it. Maybe it's how you're getting it out there. Maybe you're not listing it early enough, or you're not sharing it out the ways that you could be sharing it out. We're going to talk about strategy. What is a good strategy to get you to share your podcast more in the right places to attract the right listeners? You need to find your audience, and you have to make it a little easier for them to find you. So we're going to talk all about how are you promoting your podcast? Who are you getting on as guests? How is this podcast going to really propel you forward? And how can you share what you're doing and even make some money at it? Yes, we're also going to be talking about monetization. We're going to talk all about looking at your analytics, finding the right audience that's going to buy from you or from your guests, right? So if you are a course creator on this platform, you should be guesting on all these different podcasts that you can find so that you can share your podcast and your course. We have all the affiliate links all set up for you, so there's nothing to worry about there. We make that part easy so that you can actually begin monetizing your podcast right away by sharing your link to your course or a link to someone else's course if that's the guest that you have coming on. Hey, that's a great way to bring some money in. And with the strategy and plans, we go really in depth. I'm going to give you a 3-month plan, a 6-month plan, and a yearly plan so that you're going to have different things to do, and we're not going to overwhelm you with too many things all at the like that right at the start. Like, I can't do all of this. No, we're going to take it step by step so that you can have an actual plan. Okay, at the 3-month mark, this is what I want to do. So what are the things we need to put in place to make sure we're hitting that goal and we're doing the things that we need to do every single day? Break it down, make it easy, daily tasks, keeping it consistent and being busy with it is really, really important. It's small, consistent actions that are going to bring you big rewards. And so that's what we want to do with this strategy plan. So if you're looking for something to really set yourself apart and make that podcast go everywhere so people can really get into it and become your raving fans, I'm going to give you the strategy to do that. And I'm also going to tell you how channels on the Great Discovery are another great way for you to showcase your podcast and allow you to go global with it. So lots of different strategies that we're going to be working through. I know I'm going to be really quick, Alex, because this is all the slides I can make in 60 seconds. So let me just break it down really, really quick. This is a $199 product that is on the platform for just $100. It is an amazing deal. I literally will spend 5 hours working together with you and on my own, putting all of this together. It is a tremendous value for you at $100. So if you've got a podcast or you know someone who does that is really looking to make a change and go through things to make it better, this is the ultimate gift for the season. We're going to go through your YouTube channel and your podcast assessment. We're going to look at SEO optimization, social media growth, audience building, analytics and review. You're going to get increased views, downloads, and audience from taking this course. Expanded social media presence and impact. I'm going to show you how to do that. Improve visibility and discoverability. You need to be discovered. You have a message to share. We want to make sure that message gets heard by the right people. And then monetization opportunities. I meet you where you are, where you're at right now, and then we work on a plan together to get you to go forward and do all the things that you want to do with this podcast. You've put so much effort and so much time into it, creating it, getting all the visuals put together, recording, finding guests. Now let's make something great out of it, right? You've done all the hard work to get us this far. Now let's put a strategy together that's going to help you get over that finish line of what your goals are with your podcast. It's a steal at $100. Alex is going to put the link in the chat. And that's it for me, Alex. I know I was probably less than 10 minutes, but that's what I got.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Bree. No, huge, tremendous value in that. To do all that work for that much is just awesome. So Thank you, Bree. Thank you so much. Excellent presentation. Incredible offer. And I actually have a testimonial, not myself personally. I mean, I've worked with Bree. We actually do a podcast together, but she helped out a woman and she created her podcast. Bree, you know who I'm talking about? Donna Mitchell. And it led to something really big, right? Bree, can you explain that to me?
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ended up getting a board seat and all these other things. She followed the strategy, and she said it literally changed the trajectory of her podcast and what she was doing, and her business really started to grow, and the podcast grew extraordinarily. So it was fun and amazing.
Wow. We are going to do something really special here now. Okay. So Bree's offer is incredible. And I just wanted to make it available to everybody who would want it or may know somebody who wants it. Okay. So if you have bought it or you would like to buy it or you would maybe know somebody who would like it, who could find value in this, type me in the chat. Type me in the chat. Type yes. Type just give me something in the chat. Everybody stop typing in the chat for everything else. Okay. Put it in the chat. And what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to give away $100 here today that you can redeem for Bree's product. Okay. And you can use it for yourself or you can give it away to somebody else, but it's going to be a podcast audit. I'm going to type everybody in the chat in here into our spinny wheel, and then we're going to give away $100 here right now. And this is something that we're going to do in increasing frequency on these summits. So if you like giveaways, if you want more free products on the Great Discovery, we'll come back next week and we will be giving away more. So we got Deronda, Bree, as I'm doing this, once you feel some air.
Oh, sure. And my dog's barking like absolute crazy. I'm really excited for this. You know, we do have gift cards over on the Great Discovery right now. You can buy them in $25, $50, or $100 increments. And as the person that's buying them, if you buy them, you actually get a $20 or 20% rebate put back into your account, like a week later in the next pay week. So you're getting money back and you're giving the gift of knowledge to people. So not only can you give them for people to buy your course, but you can give them as gifts. They should be in everyone's stocking. If you're not buying at least a $25 gift card to put in everyone's stocking this year, or whatever religion you are, to do whatever celebrations you do this time of year, you should be buying a gift card to share with people this year. If you got a friend that you don't really like and you don't want to get them because you don't know them that well, but you got to buy them something, you don't know what it is, buy them a gift card. That's a great time.
That's a good point. Yeah. If you got somebody who maybe needs to learn a thing or two, if you know what I'm saying, buy them a gift card.
Buy them a gift card. We can buy gift cards for everything. We want to share them out with everybody.
I think I got everybody in here. Matt, I don't see you. Did you want to maybe enter into win the gift card, Matt? Should I put you on the list? I got Daniel. I think I got them all. Okay. Let's do the spin. Let's do the giveaway. We got all the names in here. Who's going to win the $100? Bree, tell me when I should start spinning.
Did you get Matt in there?
Did he say yes?
Yes, he said yes. We got to stop for a second.
Last minute entry, Matt. Okay. All right, Bree, tell me when.
Go.
All right, we're spinning. Who's going to win? Oh my God, it's Kelly.
Woohoo!
Kelly, woohoo! Yay, Kelly. Kelly, congratulations. She's unmuting. She's so excited. She's trying to find the unmute button. Oh, we'll ask you to unmute. That's why. Okay, we'll ask you to unmute. There you go, Kelly.
All right. Oh, wait.
You're good.
Can you hear me?
Hear you.
Yep, we hear you.
Okay. Oh, these headphones work with speaking too? What?
Yeah.
I'm so excited, Bree, because I went to this it was a podcasting networking yesterday with a bunch of ladies. And one of the ladies said she wanted to do a audit on her podcast. So this is so perfect. Thank you.
Yay!
Excellent.
That's
Excellent.
awesome.
That's awesome. Look at that. I mean, I guess it went to the, well, I know. We're going to do it again next week. So if you guys want a chance, I think we're going to give away more next week. So please come again next week to the Discovery Summit. This was recorded. We will make the summit recording available to everybody. If you're interested in being a speaker on our next available summit, we would love to have you. If you'd like to stay and ask any questions, we have about 10 minutes now here to the top of the hour for just questions. So if you want to hang out and ask any questions about the summit, becoming a speaker, becoming an affiliate, we have a special deal for affiliates right now. You become an affiliate for $1. For $1. So if you would like to become an affiliate, we can help you do that. To all of our speakers, thank you so much for speaking today. We're definitely going to have to invite you back for for future summits. Bree, thank you for co-hosting. And for everybody, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
all
thanks,
right.
everybody.
Any questions? Thank you. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you all so much. Are there any questions from anybody here about the summit, becoming a speaker, becoming an affiliate? Any questions for our speakers if they're still here? Any questions at all from anybody? Matt says, what an excellent event. You really put together an excellent lineup. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. You started us off very well. We appreciate you being here today, Matt. Duranda says, thank you all. Fantastic job. You can type your question in the chat. Otherwise, we will let everybody head out.
Well, I just want to thank everybody because this was amazing and you guys are so great. Thank you all for coming in and listening. I hope you take advantage. One thing we didn't mention yet is that you'll be getting all of the discount links in an email here shortly. So if you saw something that you really wanted to get and then you didn't have the link to it, we're going to be emailing that out to the entire list so people can get their holiday shopping done. Buy yourself something nice this year, the gift of knowledge, and join one of these amazing courses.
Perfect. Perfect way to end. Thank you all so much for being here. We will see you all very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.